Hi everyone, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to watch this video. My name is Pamela Meekma and I'm the Prevention Education Coordinator with Susie's Place Child Advocacy Centers. For those of you who might not be familiar with Child Advocacy Centers and the services they provide, in the most basic of a nutshell, Susie's Place is a neutral, child-friendly center that is utilized during the investigation process of alleged child abuse and neglect, while helping facilitate the comfort and the safety of the child throughout that process. I work in the prevention education side of Susie's Place. Our prevention team works every day to provide education to children and adults about what abuse is, what red flags for abuse look like, what to do if someone is experiencing abuse or if they suspect a situation of abuse, and how to best prevent situations of abuse from occurring in the first place. We strive overall to empower children and adults alike to recognize that they have a voice. Their thoughts, feelings, and experiences matter, and they deserve to be heard. April is Child Abuse Awareness and Prevention Month. Susie's Place will be spending this month focusing our awareness efforts around the theme of Give Kids a Voice. This is something that our prevention team focuses on throughout every aspect of our work. We emphasize over and over with children how important it is for them to know that they have a voice, how important it is to make that voice heard, and how to best go about making sure they are heard. Child Abuse Prevention and Awareness Month could not come at a better time right now. No matter where you are and what your life looks like, each one of us are living a vastly different reality and a new normal than we were last week, last month, and last year. Our lives, as we know them, have been turned on end, and we are all trying to understand and cope with this ever-changing new normal. Our expectations, roles, responsibilities, interactions, and even the most basic of daily routines has been drastically changed and interrupted. Technology has entered all of our lives in new and different ways throughout the past weeks. We all know there are great benefits to technology. We also know that there are risks as well. All of these benefits and all these risks are present in the lives of adults and children alike to an extent and in ways that we have not previously experienced. While the risks of abuse and neglect within the home has increased substantially due to all that is happening in our world, all of our homes have welcomed in a new level of risk for our children as well, as they're spending more time in the digital world to access their educational platforms, social media, apps, smartphones, laptops, tablets, TV, and even gaming platforms. I know you all have a list of worries and concerns and things to do that is a mile long, and it is certainly not my intention to add to your burden, but I want to encourage and empower you to spend a little time focusing on the things you can do to protect yourself and the children in your lives in this digital world. So what can you as parents do to protect your kids and to maintain digital distance and safety? It's important to remember that there's no such thing as a safe app, safe website, or safe digital platform. Our kids need to learn the safe and appropriate ways to use their voice in the digital world too. The best way to accomplish this is to work directly with your kids, teach them digital safety, and monitor their use of technology. So we wanted to summarize 5 tips that could be implemented in your home with your kids to help them have a more safe digital experience. The first tip is to tell your kids to let you know immediately if someone asks for pictures or for personal information. Remind them never to give out personal identifying information such as their name, address, birth date. The second tip is to be aware of what apps your kids are using and know their capabilities. If your kids are using those apps or platforms, you should use them too. Download them, use them, find out how they work and what the process involved with those apps and platforms are. The third tip is to set reasonable time limits on computers and smartphones. Have rules around where those devices live, where they can be used, and to not leave those devices in your kids' rooms overnight. The fourth tip is to talk to your kids about inappropriate questions, inappropriate language, or inappropriate images that they might see. And use age-appropriate examples. That helps open up that line of communication and develop a relationship and trust and honesty that will be very beneficial for you and your child moving forward. And our last tip is for older kids, especially talk to them about sexting and cyberbullying. Explain the long-term consequences of sending sexual messages or pictures. Discuss the dangers and the permanence of communication that's set digitally. Even if we think that it's private, even if we think that we deleted it, it's still out there and we can't take that back. And communication is key. Like most conversations with your kids, this is an ongoing conversation, not just a one and done type of situation. Let them know that you respect their privacy, but that you'll periodically monitor and look at their emails, their photos, their messaging, history, posts, and all those things. And explain that you're not monitoring them because you don't trust them. You're monitoring them because you don't trust all the people they might come in contact with online. And remember that internet safety monitoring, it's not prying, it's not spying, it's about being an involved parent. And check in with your kids and remind them they can tell you anything and come to you if anyone makes them uncomfortable, whether online or in person. Please check out our website and our social media posts for more tips, more resources, and links. But there's just a couple that I wanted to share with you a minute now. InternetSafety101.org has some really great age-based guidelines for digital use. There's also really great resources on the Monique Burr Foundation and Darkness to Light websites. They have great info for parents, professionals, and lots of free trainings and webinars available. NetSmarts, with a Z, is a really great resource for kids and has a lot of information about using digital technology safely. Smart Social is also a great website and resource for lots of in-depth information about all of the benefits that a lot of the apps and platforms out there can provide, but also the risks involved and how to safeguard those things. Thank you again for joining me today. If you have any questions, thoughts, or any things that you would like to hear about or learn from us in the coming weeks, please feel free to reply to these posts or emails. And you can always send an email to me, Pamela Miekma, and my email is pamela@susiesplace.org. That's PAMELA at SUSIESPLACE.org. Thank you again for joining, and we will see you next Friday.